Namaste friends. Today we are going to discuss on nation building and state building. Let's start with defining the nation. Nation is collective form of people having similar aspiration and interest, emotional attachment and common identity shaped by same language, culture, religion and geography of origin. Nation building is all about strengthening the nation. It builds sense of identity, loyalty, social solidarity, emotional attachment, common dignity, and ownership to the nation. Nationalism is sentiment of people, which is wider than state's boundary. Article 3 of Constitution of Nepal defines the Nepal as a nation. It says all the Nepalese people with multi-ethnic, multilingual, multi-religious, multicultural characteristics and in geographical diversities and having common aspiration and being united by a bond of allegiance to national independence, territorial integrity, national interest and prosperity of Nepal collectively constitutes the nation. King Prithvinarayan Shah, who is the architect of modern Nepal, said in his Divine Council in Nepali Divya Upadesh, he said, I have suffered a lot to build the nation. This is a garden of all castes. Everybody should acknowledge it. Everybody from all the 4 jat, 4 castes and 36 varnas, 36 creed should protect and promote this garden, he said. As earlier we said, nation is bound by common language, common culture, common religion and such kind of commonalities. But as Nepal is multicultural, multi-ethnic and multilingual country, creating Nepali identity among the different sub-identity is nation building in Nepali context. Nation building is socio-cultural concept enhancing dignity, identity, mutual respect and brotherhood. These are the components of nation building. Nation building include promoting national symbols, achieving national unity, national unification and national socialization. What are the hindrances of nation building? Ethnic, cultural and religious antagonism which undermine nationalism, issue of identity, no consensus about the national heroes, haphazard declaration of martyrs, people's antipathy toward political system and its leader. They said politics as dirty game and it seems every political leader is corrupt. International migration and attraction of foreign citizenship, undermined national autonomy by friendly countries and donor agencies, conflict among community for limited natural resources. These are the hindrances of nation building. Here are various aspects of nation building: building ownership of people toward nation, promoting common interests of people, building common identity and brotherhood, protecting national heritage, cultural and religious site, dignify national unification, bravery and independence, glorify national heroes and martyrs, proudness of citizens, celebrating national day and event, promote nation identifying entities like national flag, national anthem and national symbols, promoting sport, innovation and other competition in international level, cultural pluralism and achieving unity among diversity. Achieving unity among diversity is not the concept of melting pot, but this is the salad bowl concept. Everything is there, but with its unique identity. Mainstreaming marginalized voice, effective implementation of federal system ensuring public participation, bringing benefit to targeted community while discouraging elite of those community. These are the way forward to strengthening the nation. Let's talk about state building. State is a political entity composed of fundamental 5 elements: geography, population, government, sovereignty and international recognition. State is people organized for law within a definite territory. This is Udo Wilson's definition. State building is politico-historical process of creation, institutional consolidation, stabilization, strengthening, and sustainable development of state, enabling democratic institutions, empowering citizens, and enhancing state capability are the component of state building. Constitution of Nepal in Article 4, it defined Nepal as a state. It said Nepal is an independent, indivisible, sovereign, secular, inclusive, democratic, socialism-oriented, federal democratic republican state. The constitution also defined the territory of Nepal, because territory is important component of state. It said the territory existing at the time of commencement of this constitution and such other territory as may be acquired after the commencement of this constitution. By this, the constitution defined Nepal's territory. Here are the dimension of state building. In political dimension, it's about democracy, good governance, civilized political culture, political stability. These are political dimension. Transformation of people's living standard, economic growth and economic development, equitable distribution of resources are economic dimension. Social justice, social security, social mobilization, unity among diversity is social dimension. Human resource development, effective utilization of human capital, employment opportunity, brain gain is human dimension. E-governance, innovation and research is technical dimension. Rule of the law, effective public service delivery is system dimension of state building. What are the problems of state building? The first one is protection of its frontiers, because there are some dispute with friendly nation, especially in Susta and Kalapani, Limpiyadura, and there is human development index is comparatively low, high corruption perception index, not adequate improvement of doing business index, big power rivalry and imbalanced foreign policy, economy depend in foreign resources like remittance, foreign aid and foreign loan, policy interference by development partners, antipathy of people toward political system and political leaders, excessive interest of friendly nation in making and remaking government. These are the problem of state building in Nepal. What can we do to strengthening the state? First one is settle outstanding boundary dispute through negotiation with friendly nation, especially with India. Develop self-reliant economy, reducing dependency on foreign resources, zero tolerance toward corruption and malpractices, earn confidence of people toward state mechanism through good governance, effective use of international fora for enhancing national dignity and prestige of country, strengthening democratic institutions by ensuring meaningful participation of people, bringing the fruit of progressive provision of constitution and law to real targeted people, create conducive environment for investment, institutionalize peace and security. These are the way forward for state building. What is the relation between nation building and state building? What are the similarity? Nationalism is the soul of state. Nationalism ultimately strengthens the unity among people. Unity among various sub-nations is the heritage of states. Prosperity and well-being of people is primary concern of both state and nation. A state may consist of various nations. For example, United Kingdom is one state, and within a United Kingdom there are England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. These are nations, 4 nations. A nation may consist of various states. For example, Kurdistan is regarded as nation, and in Kurdistan there is Iran, Iraq, Turkey and Syria. 4 states there. What are the difference between nation building and state building then? Nation is beyond the physical boundary of country. State is limited by territorial boundary of the country. Nation related with socio-cultural bound. State related with political bound. Nation is psychological and emotional attachment. State is physical power, political, economic and military power. Nation cannot measure, it only realize. Nation is psychological concept. We can assess the capability of state. This is physical. International recognition is not necessary for nation, but to be a state, we need international recognition to make diplomatic relation with other friendly countries, participate in international organization like UN body. It need international recognition. In nation, diaspora from all across the world might contribute in nation building. In other hand, strength of state confined into state's internal resources. Nation building is long-term process. It cannot build overnight, but war, internal conflict might result in immediate collapse of state or emerge a new state. These are the differences between nation building and state building. Let's sum up our discussion. Nation building and state building are not exclusive but complementary to each other, as both focus on people's unity, well-being and development. To achieve political, economic and socio-cultural development, nation building and state building process should go hand in hand. Capacity enhancement of state, institution building, judicious use of resources and equitable distribution of fruit of development is essential, while protecting diverse culture and identity, boosting the moral and dignity of citizen and uniting cause of nationalism is essential. Here comes end of our discussion. Feel free to subscribe my channel. See you in next slide. Namaste.